This sound like Mike Blank.
You are now tuned in.
You are now tuned in
To the Vicious and Delicious Podcast.
Hey man, turn that shit up. Ooh, this shit about to be crazy.
Let's get it.
Hey, yo, tune in or get the fuck out.
That's my weekly yum yum.
Hell no.
All right, let's start the damn show.
Live from the Pleasure Palace, it's the Vicious and Delicious Podcast, starring myself, the essence of excellence, Mr. Blackstone. Of course, I got my podcast partner in crime, the unstoppable Mr. BigRob. Hot the folks, BigRob.
You know the fucking vibe. This your man BigRob, a.k.a. the excessive overlord.
Yes, sir.
A.k.a. the sneaker goat.
Yes, sir.
A.k.a. the illegitimate son of Moore's Day, because my mama had that jungle love.
Oh, we yo.
A.k.a. the Prince of Park Estates.
The Prince, baby.
The Elon Musk of EBT card.
EBT.
The Pied Piper PPP loan.
PPP
A.k.a.
loans.
Racist Voorhees.
Racist Ward himself.
And last but not least, Reverend Jackson, because I preach something for that paper like a Creflo Dollar.
Creflo Dollar. All right, y'all. Welcome to the show, man. This is Listen Podcast, episode 10, season 3, man. We go ahead and go and say it right now. This is the anniversary show, man.
Anniversary.
We 1 year in the game, man, so we celebrating a little past the time, but,
yeah, time flies,
we kind of snowed in here in OKC, so, we got to get it in when we can.
Right.
So let's go ahead and get on to it, man. We got to catch up, man. It's been at least like almost 3 weeks since we had a show, so probably a lot to catch up on. Big Rob, let the folks know what's been going on these last 3 weeks, Mike.
Oh, right. Last time we had a show, it was your birthday.
Yep.
Coming up now is going to be my birthday.
So we like, what, 7 days away?
Yeah, 5 days.
5 days.
5 days away,
yeah. You're born on St. Patrick's Day. Is that why you're wearing green?
Pretty much,
yeah, St. Patrick's Day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, man, so how's your life been treating you the last couple weeks, Big Rock?
Not bad. Nothing crazy is going on.
No?
I mean, we got hit by weather twice, That was
interesting.
Accidentally went ice skating on my way to 7-Eleven, but didn't nobody see it, so it was cool.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. No cool points lost?
No cool points lost. Wasn't like no... I didn't get the Sonic rings knocked out of me and no shit like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, shit's been cool.
Alright, you're thugging in the snow.
Yeah, looking like an old school Black Moon video. Got the heavy coat on.
Oh yeah. The goose down.
Yeah, get the goose down on.
First down jacket.
Yeah, get the North Face on.
Starters.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I guess you gotta go to me. Last 3 weeks, been kind of busy. Regular life stuff. Still gotta work and all to do that. Boring shit. Had a fun adventure at a local boxing match, as far as I can remember. If
a Blackstone story starts off with
if
as far as I can remember,
you see me on somebody's IG or TikTok or what's the other one? Snapchat. Yeah, that's me. Yes, I had some family come in, and I took them back to one of my usual hangouts. Had a good night there. Then came back home, didn't have a lot of sleep, and I got a call that they were going to my mom's house. So went there, a little bit of sleep there, and then had some more parties. So basically, a lot of alcohol and a little less of that sleep, and then to the little function after that. I ain't gonna say where, but if you can read between the lines, but
right.
But I mean, I wasn't too crazy for but you get drunk and then you watching the competitive sports, you get kind of
the juice start flowing. Yeah.
It is like amateur sports, so I was way too into it. And it was. I swear I did like one of these, like around the ring, and I swear, okay, we go. So I was like, all right, we go. It was almost like I was there like 20 minutes. But I guess I did enough for 20 minutes. It's like, yeah, let's go ahead and take him home.
Yeah.
So So I gotta, I'm kind of shooing away from the alcohol for a little bit. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, I need to kind of. Chill out for a bit so I can sit my ass down. Getting a little too old for this shit, so yeah.
He with Danny Glover on.
Right, yeah. Like
makes me non-racist Mel Gibson.
before 2005. Yeah.
You catch me saying sugar tits, just know I'm in trouble.
Oh yeah. But besides that, more or less, taking ice off cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, see. And then, like, of course, with the weather going, we got to talk about these goddamn gas prices, man. Oh my god. And then everybody's already gonna try to place blame on Biden, and then like this, that, and the other thing. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of coal and stuff comes from Russia that we get, but not so much the petro.
No.
But you know,
and
at the same
the Keystone
time,
Pipeline people, y'all can shut the fuck up too.
right? But I mean, it's been going up. I mean, it hasn't changed. I think the week before the thing, it was going up anyway.
Yeah.
But I think also, and this is my kind of conspiracy theory, but I think with all the stuff is, yeah, I think it's a way for them to hike up the prices and then blame it on the war and stuff like that. Oh well, we got to bring it up 10 more cents, 5 more cents.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thank God none of us have any diesel trucks, man. I feel sorry for all my diesel truck drivers. Man, I saw the price; it was like $5, $5.19.
And that's just here where we live. Imagine like.
Well, no, that was like it wasn't in Oklahoma City. I think it's like 4 or something here. It's still pretty bad.
Yeah, but they got other places in the country.
Yeah, but
like $9 California and shit. I think I saw.
Yeah, I seen them. It's terrible.
Yeah, now I see why everybody in New York take the train.
I mean, Oklahoma City, we do pretty good as far as the other 49 states when it comes to
fuel and shit.
Fuel and stuff, but man, it's still bad for us. But yeah, man, that's what it is, though. But man, first of all, we want to thank y'all, everybody who's been tuning in, man. Like we said, we 1 year in the game,
a whole year,
man. It's crazy that we got here this far. Got
right.
This, you know. It feels like we just started yesterday almost.
Right, yeah. It feels like it's still episode 5 or whatever.
Yeah, a little pipe dream about starting the podcast. And damn, look at us. We in the game now. We a whole year in and still going.
Got a waiting list of guests.
Yeah, still going towards it. So yeah, man, appreciate everybody's been on the show. Everybody's watched the show and keep watching the show and watch it again and tell your mom to watch it and all that good stuff.
Right, binge watch.
binge.
We're in a binge watching society.
But yeah, man, let's jump into the hot topics for, I guess, would be like for the last couple of weeks. We're going to try to touch on everything that we haven't touched on. And if we don't touch on it, yeah, whatever. First thing that jumps off, we got to talk about is the war in Ukraine. Russia basically caught them slipping and got them in the middle of the night, invaded, crazy stuff. Vladimir Putin is having a little dick moment in that right now, I guess. I guess he wants to get one more war out before he dies of cancer, allegedly. But man, I feel sorry for them people out there, you know, and nothing worse than watching people in their homes and then seeing aircraft flying and dropping stuff on buildings, man. So, you know, much love to the people out there in Ukraine fighting for their freedoms. BigRob, what's your takeaway from this whole Cold War thing, I guess?
Like, you know, we were born in the 80s, so we pretty much didn't really experience Cold War.
Wolverines for life.
But I guess, you know, everything is coming back. You know, old clothes, old TV shows, old geopolitical conflicts, it's all coming back into fashion. You know, everything's cyclical. And, you know, just when, you know, spent our whole lives in the Middle East, or, well, not us personally, but
fighting in the Middle East.
Fighting in the Middle East. So why not just revert back to Soviet era, you know, conflicts?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird.
It's like that episode of Simpsons where they push the button and the wall come back up.
I mean, we got Russia. It's like, I don't know if Vladimir Putin, because I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the dude is he's kind of a tyrant. I mean, a lot of the countries around Russia, he has like, you know, dummy presidents. He's really runs everything.
He really runs everything. Yeah.
So he's basically the Soviet Union really didn't go anywhere.
The KGB didn't go anywhere either. He just took over the whole country.
I mean, he's scheming and doing all that stuff. And I mean, for the people in Ukraine, be kind of just caught between Russia and the ocean is kind of, you know, messed up for them.
Yeah.
There's really nowhere to go. And, you know, Russia's a huge continent.
Yeah, it's the biggest landmass in Europe?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So, you know, they basically caught in between a rock and a hard place. And, you know, for everyone else, the other nations, you know, except for, let's say, what was it, North Korea, China, and who else is on Russia's side? So there's another one there.
I'm sure.
Not
Iran, right?
I don't know.
I want them sanctions back, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody else
on the Ukraine side,
the United States is hitting Russia with a bunch of sanctions and stuff like that, and
even in Russia right now, you can't watch this.
Russian vodka makers are changing their branding. It's
crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Like remember back when the Iraq War started and we couldn't have freedom fries, had to have freedom fries and freedom toast because it couldn't be French toast. And French fries.
Yeah.
It's some shit like that. it's arbitrary, and we'll probably forget about it in another couple months, whatever. You know, somebody will have a Cinderella run in the tournament and get all about that shit.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it's like, you know, we're all patriotic and pray for Ukraine and shit like that.
So everything Russia's bad right now.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So I wonder, like, if there any in Russia? There probably is, you know, being that what Russia is. I mean, are there any like Ukrainian like sympathizers?
It
in
probably
Russia?
is, but you know,
Or like people in Russia trying to get out?
yeah, but they keep that shit really low.
Yeah. The thing that really broke my heart was when they were showing like the people from Ukraine. They were trying to evacuate them.
Yeah.
But they were actually like black students who were getting a free education there.
Right.
And they basically pushed them aside and pushed the other people.
Yeah.
And like basically, it's
Another reminder that anti-blackness is worldwide.
Yeah, it's worldwide. So I mean, it's not surprising, but it's disheartening.
It's still disheartening to see.
I mean, you still feel bad for Ukraine, but you know, even that, black people are still on the last,
right?
You know, on the last totem pole when it comes to
bottom of the totem pole everywhere.
Yeah, at the bottom, yeah. But speaking of Russia, we got to move on to kind of recent news. Brittany Griner, WNBA star, and she's actually international basketball star too.
We can talk about that too, about
because you know the WNBA doesn't pay.
They basically, I read somewhere they pay the equivalent of like $20 an hour.
I saw that too. That's ridiculous.
Which $20 an hour was cool if you got a regular job.
For a pro athlete.
For a pro athlete, though.
I mean, you can do better than that.
Yeah, so she plays in Russia during the off season. Or the
don't-
WNBA off season.
And then like you don't work hours like a work.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
You don't get paid by the hour, exactly.
I mean, don't be wrong. You know, people say, well, it's not as exciting, this, that, and everything. But I think they need to be compensated a little better than that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Brittany Griner's a top star.
Right, I know. I'm not saying she should make, you know, Steph Curry money, but she should still make the equivalent of her work to the WNBA.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's basically advertising how they get paid.
Yeah.
Attendance. Well, I mean, that's still ridiculous.
Right.
So, I mean, a lot of NBA stars have to go overseas to get that bag because they get paid better. Anyway, Brittany Griner was in Russia and in the TSA in Russia basically pulled her aside and went through her bag and found a bunch of vape pens containing THC.
Well, that's what we would call it paraphernalia.
Yeah, so she got detained and arrested and currently is still in a Russian jail right now awaiting sentencing or whatever.
It's like the plot of a Rambo movie. Like,
yeah, like we got to send in John Rambo to come get her, but it's you can think of a worse time to be in Russia and detained as an American and a gay American,
gay black American,
gay black American. I mean, it's so many stripes against her right now. Hopefully, I mean, she's getting treated decently.
Hopefully, partially humanely.
Yeah, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. But it doesn't look too well for like that situation where she's stuck in a foreign jail with foreign people and, you know, with all those stripes against it.
Probably a language barrier.
Yeah, so hopefully Joe Biden can get, or somebody can get on the phone with somebody who can get her out of there and get her, you know, shipped back.
Get her extradited or commuted somewhere.
Yeah, get her expedited back to a state or a friendly country.
Right.
From the U.S.
Get her in the embassy or something.
We'll keep following the story as much as we can. But BigRob, what do you think about that? I mean, of course, everybody can say, well, that's stupid for her having the, you know, paraphernalia on her in the first place, but still, like, I mean, you know better, you do better, but at the same time, it's just an awful situation.
Right. I mean, even if she got arrested in America, I had the same feeling.
Yeah.
It's just, damn, like you got caught up like that.
You could have slept at, you know, at the hotel.
Yeah, or whatever. It's gonna sound bad, but like, you ain't got nobody take that charge for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more of a rapper thing, whatever.
Or put that in your carry-on.
Right. That should be a carry-on.
Yeah, not in your bag. But I mean, at the same time, you know where you're at or where you're going, and you know the rules. I mean, she's adult. She knows.
Right.
You know how especially in Russia, it's, you know, it's not like the United States.
You
The
know,
rules are way different. It's a lot stricter. Like, you know, getting caught in like Japan or China or something.
right. You know, slap on the wrist. You get slapped on the wrist.
There's different rules, especially with marijuana. It's not free thinking country like the United States is. Something.
Never thought I'd say that about the United States. But that's a good point, because
I mean, what was she thinking?
she probably wasn't. She probably shit she done 50, 60 times. And
Yeah.
this time, she got caught in a little bit more scrutiny this time.
Yeah, it's just, man, it's a terrible situation. I feel bad for it. It's just...
Also, I hate to say this, but if she was paid more, maybe she wouldn't have to fly commercial, and she wouldn't have to worry about
Trying
it.
to go overseas.
Yeah.
To try to get that bag because
Right.
she's getting, compensated here. But, I mean, I can't say it's, she's not a total victim because some of it is partly her fault for being silly. Yeah. But at the same time, she doesn't deserve to be...
That doesn't mean she deserves to be jailed. Hopefully she's not, like, being funny.
I mean, because they can carry, like, 10 and 20 years.
Years
in
jail,
like
yeah. Especially international.
Russia.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have said, oh, well, she had more than one she's trying to distribute her, something like that. Or
yeah. They put her in Siberia or some shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the jails in Russia are a lot worse than the ones in the United States.
I've seen locked up abroad.
Yeah, I don't see any black people in Russia. I'm
yeah.
sorry. We're not on the visa. So we'll have to follow that situation closely.
Good luck to Brittany Griner, definitely.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Trying to get through this.
Yeah. Terrible situation. Hope it gets better.
And fuck Vladimir Putin just because.
Yeah, fuck him.
If anything happens to me, you know what?
Right. Let's move on to some more people getting, the raw end of the stick and getting, basically blackballed for their color.
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler was in the news because he had a hiccup at his bank.
Bank of America.
Bank of America. The reason why this happened was Ryan came in to make a withdrawal. He had his mask on, I guess, to do COVID protocols.
Right.
For some reason, I guess not to draw attention to himself, he
got a withdrawal slip.
He had a withdrawal slip. He handed the teller a note saying like, "Hey,
I need $12,000.
I need $12,000. Please keep it discreet." The bank teller freaks out. Thinks to say, a hold up.
You think it set it off too when she hit the button.
Right. Police come, detain Ryan. He's like, and you know who I am? Google me, da-da-da-da. This is a huge, misunderstanding.
Right, this never would happen with Wakanda.
Right. So the question is, because I know there's going to be some people who say, well, he shouldn't have did that with the note. It looked like this, looked like that. My thing is, one, everybody's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a person in 2023... the future. In 2022, walking in the bank with a mask on is not out of the ordinary by any means.
No, at least it shouldn't be.
Two, if he was going to rob the bank, why would he, one, give the teller a withdrawal slip? I'm guessing it would be he had to give like his ID and a debit card. So
at least
that would make him one of the stupidest robbers of all time.
And if he gave you a withdrawal slip, clearly have an account number.
Right. You got an account number on it, got information on it. And three, anywhere, I'm pretty sure nowhere the note said, hey, give me all your money. It's a sticker.
It's a sticker. Also, if you're going to rob a bank, why are you by yourself?
Yeah. Oh, well, people do that all the time. That's not really.
Yeah, but he had people with him, but they were all in the car waiting on him.
Right. I've seen people on camera walk in the bank, slide a note, and then get somebody to just walk out.
Yeah, that's pretty slick.
I mean, sure. I mean, you could say he's a big time director, but he's not. Nobody per se recognizes the director by face all the time.
Yeah, we know some directors by who they are.
Yeah. And even though he's done like
Black Panther,
multi-million-dollar movies, he's not necessarily a common face yet.
Yeah.
In the Stargate, whatever. But
yeah, like Steven Spielberg.
Right. And some people won't recognize Steven Spielberg.
It's a little surprising to me, but
it's not like an actor walked in, like Brad Pitt walked in.
Right, Brad Pitt or
Denzel Washington, something like that. So anyway, this whole
and he wasn't in L.A. Think about it. He wasn't in L.A. So
where was he? Atlanta.
He was in Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean a black guy walking in Atlanta. Well, okay, come on now. Anyway,
at least according to that song, it was Atlanta. We don't know if it was really College Park.
Yeah, I've heard about that shit too. Like what's Atlanta, what's not. Whatever. That's another thing Soulja Boy can get mad at. Anyway,
I was the first rapper out of Atlanta.
We getting off the subject, but so BigRob, what do you feel about the whole situation?
Well, my first thought is, a black man can't withdraw that much money without rising suspicion.
With a note?
With a note. And my other thought is, well, Now, I'm not even trying to play devil's advocate. I can understand maybe he'd be like, oh, God, this is a situation. He trained us about this or whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, it's... Once he says, this is who I am, I'm a little surprised other people couldn't be like, oh, yeah, that's him. And the fact that they had to make a scene about it to the point where the cops was called, he got handcuffed, everybody that was with him got handcuffed, and then one of the police officers was like, yeah, that is Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, sir.
My thing is, was there a on-duty security guard at the bank at the time?
I would hope so.
Because that would have helped a lot before, the actual
police
came in.
Because if not, I know a guy that would have been happy to go to that bank.
Right. And also, I wonder what the conversation between him and the teller was. Like, did she say anything after the fact she got the note?
Right.
Or did she immediately go to,
talk to the manager or whatever?
Go to level 9 or 8,
DEFCON 1.
DEFCON, like, oh, when he shot around the bank, I gotta hit that little button.
Yeah. Cleo and them just walked in.
I think it's like I would have to think that the teller was a non-black person.
Probably more than likely.
And this is like another case of, a person being intimidated by somebody's skin color, without knowing all the facts. I mean, don't get me wrong. Somebody comes to a bank with a note with a mask on. You might think that at first, but did she take time to read the note? Like, hey, maybe you say, hey, I'm Ryan Coogler, and da 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 da. I don't, I'm just trying to get some money for, real quick. I don't want to, make attention.
Right.
I'm thinking he probably thinking she's gonna recognize me.
Right.
Or somebody in the bank's gonna recognize me.
Right. And maybe just like I ain't in the mood to take no pictures.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that kind of attention.
Get out. Yeah.
Right now, yeah. So it just seemed like this whole thing could have been avoided. Yeah. Even like, hey, could have like when you start feeling a little, could say, hey, security guard, I feel weird about this, and I would have understood that.
Right.
She, like I said, she might not know who
I'd
Ryan
be uncomfortable,
was.
but it's way better than being handcuffed.
Yeah, I mean, even outside looking at, I would understand, like, she don't know who Ryan is.
Yeah.
Da da da. She brought over the security guard. Security guard could have been like, hey, sir, da 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 da. He's like, oh, well, I'm Ryan Coogler, and da 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 da. He's like, oh, okay, da da da. Okay, well,
yeah, we ain't movie coming out.
Let me get you, get you situated.
Yeah.
And this is also the reason why celebrities have private banking. They be like, hey, I'm coming in, and then they'll just take them off to a little room, get them situated.
Exactly.
I don't know, everybody doesn't do that,
Actually, that happened at my bank once.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like he didn't play for the Thunder, but he worked for the Thunder.
He had some money.
Yeah, he was high up in the organization. They was like,
right.
Right this way, sir. Excuse me, could you come to the side? Yeah.
Right, let me just take you to, my office and we'll get you situated.
Yeah.
I think, I wish it would have got handled that way. But, sometimes you're in a hurry. You don't want the whole, kissing your ass because you're famous thing.
Right, and it was either near the Atlanta airport, so maybe he was like,
yeah.
Yeah, so either he just got into town or...
And, of course, the whole thing was on, somebody videotaped. So
yeah.
You hear him say, you know who I am? Google me. This is a black eye for that bank, of course. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be thinking, I ain't going to fuck with a Bank of America like that anymore.
Also, I hate to say this, thankfully there was a camera there.
Yeah.
That
also could have been real left, too.
Yeah, because the camera instantly de-escalates almost everything.
I mean, I've seen a situation happen before when there was like a person who had money, and he was a rapper. I can't remember the guy's name. He wasn't that famous, but he had money coming in. And he said he tried to take out some all cash. I think it's like $20,000, something ridiculous amount of money to be holding. But
so you can do the phone thing.
Yeah, it's whatever. Whatever his reason was. But I remember he getting the police came out for him too. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't understand taking that much money and walking around with it, but you're in your right. It's your money. You take out the bank how much you want.
Yeah, once I got a debit card, I stopped caring.
Right. And you're holding my money, so I'm your customer.
Yeah.
So all my shit checks out, so you can't say nothing like, oh, are you supposed to have this much money? Da, 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 da. Yeah.
And why can't I have this money?
Why can't a black man have this much money walking around?
Because on the other end of that, an actual bank robber literally could have come in and done the same thing. And if he's white, they would have been robbed before they realized that he was doing it.
The first thing I'm thinking of, you're drug dealer or something like that.
Right.
Or a rapper.
Yeah.
Which, whatever. But still, it shouldn't be.
You play for the Hawks?
Yeah, he played for the Hawks. I remember you. Did you play last night?
Yeah, like
you know Trey Young?
Yeah, you started. Or did they trade Cam Reddish for you?
Yeah. So it's just the world we're living in.
Unfortunately, even for the director of Black Mamba.
Yeah, you can have one of the biggest Marvel movies of all time besides Endgame and still get
it's still good to take.
racially profiled, I guess.
It's like Oprah at the store.
I don't think Oprah everybody might know what people in Kenya know what Oprah looks like.
But she got profiled. They wouldn't let her in the store. Like, hey, whatever, you ain't Oprah.
I remember that story. I think that was more or less she was trying to flex her celebrity, and it was like, hey, we closed. I'm Oprah.
We still closed.
We closed. I can't help you. It's above me now.
Right. But
I only make $12 an hour. I don't care if you come in.
But
it could be some commission money, man. So I don't know how smart that was.
Yeah, especially Oprah. She buy the store.
Gotta get your hustle on, y'all.
Right. You could paid your bills. You could have paid your bills for some months.
You gotta work.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of working and hustle, Kim K is letting all you hoes know that
y'all bitches is lazy.
Y'all lazy.
Y'all ain't getting out of bed. Y'all ain't making sex tapes with Brandy's brother.
Y'all ain't working like she working.
Y'all working like she working.
Y'all lazy. Y'all get up and get it. She said she was tired of being Brandy's stylist. And she was
Paris stylist. Paris.
No, she worked for Brandy too.
Oh, that's how they met.
Yeah,
Okay.
she worked for Brandy too. She said, so I got up off my ass and then got on my back
and let her brother tear it up.
Called Ray J.
We made a mediocre tape. And then I started dating football players.
Yeah. But anyway, if y'all wonder what the hell we talking about, Kim Kardashian
I got more jokes about it.
is in the news for something else that had anything to do with Kanye or Pete Davidson. I don't know if it's an old clip or what.
It was in Variety. I knew it was in Variety, though.
So, anyway, there's a clip of her floating around of her talking about, being an entrepreneur and, how work ethic. So she basically said, get off your ass. Go work. I had to do this, that, and other thing. But
24 hours. We all get the same 24 hours a day. Whatever.
You should be getting money if you want to be an entrepreneur. Nobody's going to give it to you. But the problem with that is, one, is who the information is coming from, because it's Kim Kardashian.
That's one.
If you didn't know, her dad was OJ's lawyer. Yeah, and before that, he was one of the biggest Hollywood lawyers in Beverly Hills. Yeah. So they come from money.
Yeah,
he was worth like $20 million by himself.
Yeah, she's been rich every day of her life.
Right.
And let's not forget her. I don't know how to say this, but at the time, her stepfather wasn't an Olympic decathlete celebrity himself.
Right. So he wasn't hurt for no money either.
No.
Even after her father passed away,
she
married up really.
Yeah.
And
then her mother is, I guess, a Svengali. I guess you said.
I guess she's like one of them momagers.
Yeah, momager.
So
like a helicopter parent, basically.
Yeah, so she knew how to take her kids' fame and stretch it out and, and divvy it up between the other kids and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, what we're saying is you can't tell somebody to get up. I mean, of course you can tell somebody to get up at the top of your lazy, but you can't make it sound like you got it out the mud when you didn't get out the mud. I mean, you've never been broke.
If your mud is in Beverly Hills, how broke are you?
I mean, you're basically a trust fund bet. It wasn't like you're not Master P or Puff Daddy.
Puffy, like I say this all the time. Like Kim worth like $1 billion. Yeah. Like I say this all the time.
Well, her sister is.
Yeah, I know.
She's worth a couple of $100 million.
Yeah.
Well, I think that she's probably worth her and Kanye.
Yeah.
I think that bet.
Yeah.
Even though her sister got to the billion first.
Yeah, exactly. And she's a 19-year-old billionaire, whatever it's like. I say this all the time. If you're a black billionaire, you literally did have to earn that shit. Every black billionaire had to do something.
Yeah, I mean, you hustled, or you did something, or you was a promoter, or you got it somewhere.
Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time.
Got the best shoe deal of all time. That's
all that money. One of them right now.
Yeah, Puff. That's where that came from. Greatest swindler of all time.
Hey, we have our feelings on Puffy, but he made it.
Hey,
Jay-Z.
When you get 90% of people's publishing,
it's easy. But talent scout and talent and grifter of all time.
Yeah,
Jay-Z. One of the best businessmen and rappers of all time. Fucking Kanye.
I mean, he figured out basically the same thing. How to branding. It's all branding.
He took the music, turned it into fashion, and stretched that shit out and drove himself insane. But whatever.
Well, branding and hype.
Right. Kim Kardashian, she was born into a rich family, and then she fucked a bunch of rich guys.
I mean, don't get me wrong. She's
nothing against her or anything like that, but not as a person.
That's how she got on, but don't get me wrong. She got a lot of hustle to her.
Yeah,
she's not dumb.
No, I'm not calling her.
I mean, she took that what people would say be an L and turned it to
a
big W.
Yeah, so congrats on her. I don't hate Kim Kardashian.
I mean, she's smart. She's beautiful. I mean, she's in demand.
Yeah, I mean, and we're gonna be honest, she's the one that made the wrestling famous. So.
Right, she had all your little cousins buying that little Kim Kardashian apps and stuff, paying $199
Speaking of which, shit. Somebody actually
the
developers of that app, they were like, "Yeah, that's funny to say," when it was like
slave labor.
We were doing basically slave labor. We had to call it. And I couldn't afford gas. I had to call in sick, and then got reprimanded for being sick. Yeah.
So I mean, that's basically what rich people do.
Yeah. I made it. How come you couldn't make it?
Yeah, run a business and then pay your employees next to nothing.
Yeah.
And get all the profits. Hey, that's how America works.
Yeah, I made it. How come you can't? Because you got money.
Yeah. What you mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
it just comes off as tone deaf considering who she is.
yeah, of course, like peasants.
Yeah.
Come on, peasants. You know?
Work harder, peasants. Yeah.
Right.
By the way, the new season of Keeping Up with Kardashians.
Like you didn't have a head start in life and shit.
It's being born on third base and thinking you hit a triple.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Then you had a fucking Sammy Sosa madness.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd already sliding in the home.
Yeah, right.
You was already there.
Yeah, and you got the best home run.
You got the best opportunities ever.
Ever.
But yeah, man, that's funny to us. So anyway, and some more happy news. If you've been paying attention the last 3 weeks, or actually last month
plus, yeah.
So we already talked about the whole thing with Trey Songz and being alleged
bit of a
sexual battery.
Sexual battery, yeah.
So
what's an R&B singer to be in sex?
We also touched on maybe that some claims were coming out about Chris Brown.
Yeah.
But luckily for Chris Brown, there's a certain thing called Snapchat, and all you gotta do is take a screenshot and text messages.
And Snapchat lets you know when you've been screenshotted.
So let people know exactly what happened with Chris Brown and the alleged victim in a sexual battery thing.
Before we get that out the way, we just want to say we do not advocate for sexual abuse.
No.
We do tend to believe in it, especially in the society we live in.
Right.
But in Chris Brown's case, who already has a reputation due to his past, he automatically was assumed to be guilty when he was accused of rape.
Right. Automatically.
Just because, he's a man, he's a celebrity, and he's Chris Brown.
In his past.
In his past, like you said. But in this case, he vehemently he vehemently claimed his innocence like anybody would in that situation. Yeah. But he's outside the character stayed quiet about the situation for a while. Clammed up smartly for legal reasons. Until recently, I want to say Saturday, maybe Monday or Tuesday.
And allegedly, he wasn't the one to release it.
No, he wasn't. But he had people to do it. But to prove his innocence, he was able to release some screenshots, text messages, some snaps, like Maximo said. He was able to actually, if not fully clear his name, at least
show some doubt on the claim.
On the client. And I just read before we started the show that her representation, they dropped her. They was like, we didn't know this existed. Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, we ain't. She doesn't have a leg to stand on.
You don't have a leg to stand on right now.
So allegedly, the allegations was that Chris Brown took her to a party. I don't know if it was at his house or somebody's house. They went up to the room. Almost kind of sound like the Trey Songz.
Almost like almost the same shit happened to
Tupac back in the day. She made it sound like she was under influence,
and he coerced her,
and he basically forced himself on her when she was like not in the mood because she was, too intoxicated. Yeah. Yada yada, whatever. And then he just left her, and then basically ghosted her at this point. According to the text message, which you are dated, which really helped, so that one that they knew each other. Well, there was no shadow of doubt that they knew each other before the fact.
Obviously, yeah.
But after accused allegation, I think even the day after you say, "Oh, I was so drunk last night," he was like, "You checking on like you okay?" Da da da. So yeah, I'm fine. We hear something like, "Hey, when you coming back?" And then she was like, "You basically, well, we get, I ain't gonna say, best I ever had. When can I get that again?" This is the girl saying, being thirsty. And he's like, I'm working, or I can't come over today. And then after a while, she keeps on texting him, and then his response is getting shorter and shorter. And then basically he just starts ghosting her.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "I don't know if you're mad at me. Please talk to me." More time goes by, and then fast forward to more in the present. Lawsuit.
Yeah.
Allegations.
Chris Brown is a...
there was never no rape test or none of that. It was just basically... It's just a scorned lover kind of thing.
Right, or scorned possible lover. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure he hit, so...
I know what you're saying.
So we gotta call her a lover, but she's basically mad because, it wasn't what she thought it was, or... he caught a vibe, or he wasn't, he's like, yeah, I'm done with it, or move to the next thing.
Yeah,
he's Chris Brown. I mean, I'm not saying he's right for doing that, but I'm just saying it might come with the territory.
Regular dudes do it, so I mean, R&B superstar, come on.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna unless he really like you. But you played yourself.
Yeah, good way of putting it. Cue the DJ Khaled name right there.
Right. But anyway, so now, what Big Rob said, she has, basically, I guess all these charges about to get dropped.
Yeah.
Because I guess she lost her reputation, probably a big shot Hollywood lawyer.
Yeah.
There. What's the lady that always gets all the guys? Nancy
Grace. Not Nancy.
Not Nancy Grace. The one, every time something happens, as far as like a domestic or a rape, she jumps into it.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, probably know what I'm thinking about. It'll come to me later. But yeah, she lost that billion dollar representation.
Yeah.
So shout out to Chris Brown for having the wherewithal to keep that kind of information.
Save it.
Because some guys don't do that.
And a lot of times it is your word against theirs, and sometimes your word ain't gonna stand up. Basically, because
this game run by misogyny. It's easy to say, well, he was a dominant person, he did this, or he didn't take no for no.
Yeah, so it's one of the few times men are on the bad side of the double standard.
Yeah, they do what they do in this game, but in this case, he had the right kind of backing to show that this is what really happened. So I think Chris Brown deserves a win.
Yeah, I don't think either one of us are big Chris Brown fans.
No,
any form.
No. I like some of his music, but
whatever. His music's whatever.
It's kind of,
as a person, he seems to have his demons.
Morally gray sometimes.
Yeah, he has his demons.
But nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. In this case, good for him.
But wrong is wrong and right is right.
Right. In this case, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, you gotta have them receipts, yeah.
Save your life.
You can save
your life.
At least save your freedom.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Nerd Homies Unite, man.
Yeah, we can get some levity going finally.
Yeah, we can get we've been up, we've been down. So let's get to some straight up happy news.
Right.
Hey, everybody, if you don't know, Nerd Homies is the segment of the show we talk about all things blurred culture.
Yeah.
That's black nerd culture or just nerd culture by itself.
In general, yeah.
And then we touch a little bit on the wrestling too, because we being Big Rob are fans of long time
WTO Tag Team Champions.
Family, family love wrestling. It's ingrained in us.
You see when my brother Coach Mitch comes in again, he'll talk about it.
Right, exactly. First thing you got to jump on, the biggest movie probably in the last,
at least the Spider-Man.
Least biggest comic movie since Spider-Man came out. Yeah. The Batman came out last Friday. And me and Big Rob have had a chance to see the movie. Big Rob, what were your thoughts on the Batman?
Well, I'll start it from here.
What was your expectation coming in, and how did you feel after?
That's a good question.
That's a better way to put it.
When it was announced that Robert Pattinson was going to be Batman, I initially had to, what the fuck?
Yeah, I cringed up a little bit too.
And I was like, this ain't never going to work. And then I was like, oh, they're going to try to do this, and now they're going to try to reboot it again.
Yeah.
But then as time passed, I started hearing story details. Like, all right, I'll temper my expectations just in case it's just all right. Mm-hmm. So going to see the movie, I'm like, you know what? It's a really good fucking movie.
Yeah.
And it's the first Batman movie that's like a really good detective story.
I love that part about it too.
Right, because, they touch on it and other stuff. Like, Dark Knight, he kind of gets some detective work, but it was,
it was very novice.
That, it was really more to argue.
Ineptitude.
Get back to the crime drama stuff.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, get back to the crime drama and ninja stuff.
Yeah.
But this one, it was a full-on detective story where it actually outweighed the action scenes of the movie.
Yeah, I think it was a nice mix.
Yeah, it was more of a noir, so to say.
Yeah, I got that too.
Like, if this movie was made in the 40s or some shit, this would be the movie.
So, for me, I felt exactly how you felt when you first heard, as Bruce Wayne / Batman, Robin Pattinson.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson, I call it Robert. Right. Robert Pattinson. I was like, the Twilight guy?
The sparkly vampire?
And if you know me, I hated everything Twilight. I thought that was
mutual.
Because at the same time when Twilight came out, they had a show called True Blood that came out. Like, okay, these are real vampires right here. I don't know this. Yeah. I don't know what this whole twinkling in the light, daylight thing.
I still never act. I saw one Twilight movie with an ex, and it was terrible.
It was booty.
Like, damn, are they gonna kill anybody yet?
So people really like this.
This is some deeply, weirdly sexual predatory shit.
Yeah, like some stalkers.
It's some stalker shit.
Emo stalker, vampires. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of part of vampires. Anyway, back to Batman. I don't think the same thing. I don't like who's playing Batman. Then I saw some in the cast. Okay, we got Colin Farrell. He's going to play the Penguin. And it's like, Colin Farrell, he's got a handsome guy. Who's going to be the Penguin?
Yeah, there's John Turturro. Jeffrey Wright being in it. Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright. Okay, I can see him being Commissioner Gordon. Okay, yeah. Got
Blackboard in school, yeah.
We'll take that. Zoe Kravitz is going to be Catwoman? Right. Okay, cool. I'll take anybody besides, who's the last Catwoman?
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. That was terrible.
I think I'm the only person that was alright with her being Catwoman.
She was like the least sexy Catwoman of all time.
I mean, she was functional. I was cool with her being functional.
And it kind of like they just threw her in there. Like it didn't work for me. But anyway, so I was like, so me and my wife ended up going on Sunday morning, afternoon. And I was like, okay, we're gonna see. And then Rob and everybody else on the group page was like, hey, go see it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a chance. So starts out, and then I like the fact that this is basically like year 2 Batman.
Right,
so
he's still very young.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to see the whole how he became Batman. He's just been Batman for a year. He's still he's still kind of wet behind the ears, but
I did like that we didn't have to go through the order.
Yes, I didn't want to see all. We all know how Bruce Wayne becomes Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it 100 times in 100 movies.
Which made my first worry of the first scene in the movie. I just see a kid. I go, oh God, we got to go listen to this again.
Yeah, I was like, okay, all right. So, like I said, we get the whole backdrop, and I like the way BigRob said they kept the whole thing. It reminded me of the first Batman. It was very gritty, grimy, noirish, like you said. It takes place in modern time, but it kind of had this look like Gotham was a different time. And the way they shot the movie, like
I describe it like 1970 New York.
Yeah, the way they shot the movie,
like grungy.
Yeah, it wasn't like there was clarity, but it was kind of grainy a little bit. And
plus all the rain and shit.
They kept that gothic aspect of Gotham.
Like living there is depressing.
Yeah, you don't want to live here. It's like a bad place to live.
Yeah, much like New York in the 70s.
Yeah, New York or Chicago
or Oklahoma City in the 90s.
Right. So we get introduced to a young Bruce Wayne. Basically looked like he just got through being Batman for a little bit, and we saw with the eyeliner and stuff.
Yeah.
Everywhere else said the eyeliner, like all the Batmans didn't wear the eyeliner, which is weird.
This is the first time it's been explained that he actually does it.
Yeah.
Because there's that scene in Batman Returns where he has it on for one shot and it's just going.
It's gone.
And it's just like he looks weird with the cat with it on. Like,
what happened to it?
It was just there.
You wipe it off real quick.
Hold on. Are we good?
Yeah. So I liked about it. One, I like the fact they took they basically took the suit design from Arkham Asylum game.
Yeah.
It looked just like if you played the Arkham Asylum video games, it looked just like that. Except for a couple of nuanced things, but he had the grappling hook and you can see the different parts and different pockets on the utility belt.
So they took the Nolan thing and made it more functional.
Right. And you can see that he's been doing the Batman thing for a while, so now criminals are kind of wary of this mysterious, but people know he is.
People know he exists, but not too many people have seen him.
Yeah, I think the party kind of shows kind of a growth, and some people might be throwing off the fact that he walks around he's walking around on crime scenes, and people actually see him. It's not he's not that whole mystery. Is he a thing? Is he not?
Right, he's not an urban legend. Yeah.
Right, he's actually there, with looking at the crime scenes and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think it's giving away too much of the movie, but he's it's not is the Batman real? Is he not?
Right.
Kind of
he's not a.
There's actual eye to eye with people witnessing him. Yeah. And then the relationship to him and Christian Gordon, I like that. It's they work together kind of thing.
Like a full partnership.
Yeah, it took me back to the animated series where they he's always checking in with Gordon checking in with him, getting pointers and stuff. And then you can tell they kind of grow in their relationship.
Right, so you can tell they both still.
They're not quite there yet. Yeah. They're still kind of figuring each other out.
People question why is Gordon talking to this fucking guy?
Right, yeah. And you can tell you can also I said, you can tell Batman is not. He's more of a bat boy. He's not a Batman yet.
Right.
He's still getting.
He's still growing pains.
Right.
And that's with him without the cow.
Yeah. So if you watch the movie, when you get a chance to watch the movie, and then I don't think it's a good way. He's not really Bruce Wayne yet. I mean, he's Bruce Wayne the person, but
the personality's not there.
The alter ego where Bruce Wayne is this nonchalant,
ineffective playboy.
Yeah, it's not there yet. He's basically Batman the whole movie.
Yeah, he never takes the persona off.
Brooding. I know people didn't like the emo. I was afraid he was gonna be too emo, but I think it worked for the movie
because people when he came out for it's not a spoiler, but when they saw him in public, what are you doing out here?
Yeah, we never see
you out. Yeah, he's reclusive as hell.
Reclusive person, when it starts out. Like,
It's to the point
you never see Bruce Wayne out in public.
And when he goes out, people didn't even recognize him.
Yeah.
That'd be like, imagine if it was a real life person. I'd be like, imagine seeing like Elon Musk out and you didn't know who he was.
Right, and then like the house, like he never does anything in the house. It's
Yeah,
like
it's falling apart.
It's almost abandoned. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a shack.
It's the world's biggest dump. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, he basically his whole life.
He's
Like he just got back from all this training and he just a year in. So he really has no time to be.
His whole life is Batman. Yeah.
The Bruce Wayne persona.
Right.
Which is cool. I think with that, they need to build on that for the next movie and like saying like they need to make that duality, of him trying to do both.
Right.
And that would make for a better story, going further.
But I guess that's supposed to show that he's still learning the job pretty well.
Right.
Which is good that it's not part of it.
Villain wise, we had a few villains. I'm not gonna give away one of them. I guess you'll just have to find out later. I mean, but you already said his name. But of course, we already know the Penguin's in the movie, and this newer, revamped version of the Riddler's in the movie. If you didn't know the guy with the green gas mask looking thing, that's the Riddler.
Based on like the Zodiac killer.
He's basically the Zodiac / the Jigsaw killer kind of thing going on here. I'm not gonna say too much.
And if you read comics a little bit,
give me about 2 weeks, and then we'll come back.
We'll come back to it.
But I did like the way they kind of made the Riddler, which is kind of he's an intelligent villain, but he's kind of he's a goofy villain in a lot of ways, and he's not really a physical villain.
No, he's never been physically. He's not a threat.
He's not a threat. Like the Riddler's not going to fight Batman.
No, he could.
He's going to get his ass beat, or any other villain.
Yeah.
He has to use his mind.
Right. Yeah. He has to make Batman work mentally. That's what makes it good as a detective story.
Yeah. So also Batman has to figure it out, figure shit out to get to what's going on. Which they work really great. I don't know this is actually the first time I've heard of the actor playing the Riddler in this movie.
I've seen him in other stuff. He's actually a really good actor.
But he did a great job of being that kind of shut-in loner. Like he looked like the typical mass murdering serial killer guy. You got a lot of Jeffrey Dahmer in him.
Especially how he looked too.
Like you said, Zodiac killer guy. Ted Bundy-ish kind of thing going on. I got some Timothy McVeigh and who's the other guy?
Terry Nichols.
I got a lot of Terry Nichols. He
looked
just like Terry Nichols.
Just with the glasses and
Yes, he looked just like Terry Nichols.
Trigger warning if you listen to this.
Sorry, I didn't want to make it relive some shit.
Yeah. I just thought about that right now. Yeah.
But
actually, if you watch it on a second viewing, there's a little bit of extra shit you see that you be like, oh.
Were you reading the comments?
Yeah.
Okay.
I read the comments. Yeah.
But they did a really good job. And like I said, it is a detective story. But what I did like when they actually got to the business part with the fighting and stuff, they made this Batman brutal. Like when it comes to he's brutal.
Or he don't really pull his punches.
No, he's beating the hell out of these goons in here.
He still has his no kill rule.
Right, he still has Batman rules.
But it's like the line is like right there.
You can tell he's pretty fresh. He's not necessarily where he's like being he's getting touched. So
he's not like
he's not super zen Batman where you can't put a hand on him. So you can tell he's getting he's still learning how to. But man, the bat suit looks amazing. I thought first I was like, man, that ain't really it. But when I saw it in action, I was like, yeah, okay.
That actually looks the case for like all superhero costumes.
Yeah,
you got to see it in the context of the movie for it to work or not.
That looks like you saw those little stills from like people just taking pictures.
Yeah, it would kind of
like that's kind of stupid.
Cause that's what Captain America's suit looked like.
Yeah.
Out, but once you saw the movie, like, oh.
Man, that first one was kind of stupid looking. Looking back how they fixed it.
One of the Avengers,
yeah. That first is all blue.
Yeah.
It's like a big target.
Yeah.
But I know some people were, like I said, some people were upset.
Thought it was too long,
yeah.
I didn't think it was too long.
I could tell it was long, but I wasn't like...
It worked. It wasn't like
worked.
filler.
But I was like, but what was the point where it's like, okay, what are they going to do next? What are they going to do next? So, if you do, it is long. It is a long movie.
The Dark Knight.
All these Batman movies have been long.
The Dark Knight was 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so you should be used to it by now.
Yeah.
But there was plenty of stuff going on where you wasn't bored.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're just an action fiend or you just like Fast and Furious, it might not be your cup of tea because there's going to be some talking and you might have to use your brain a little bit. No offense to Fast and Furious. Maybe a little bit. But
even if it is, they couldn't do it.
Yeah. There's a lot of aspects of the whole Batman character where they use, which I like. You got the Batman, you know, the detective, and you have the martial artist, and you have like the dualism with him and Bruce Lane, and I mean they touch on a lot of. There's a lot of nice touches they put in there, and then you got like the supporting cast.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned that because the relationship between him and Alfred is different.
Yeah,
they're not that close.
They're not close enough.
Maybe that'll develop.
He can't treat Alfred like, yeah, you're just the butler.
You're literally the butler.
And you basically like, you were my caretaker because my
parents are dead. Yeah. It was not like, that's not really as close as
they fixed that, but you gotta watch it.
Yeah, but then,
I did like Sudeikis as Alfred in this.
Yeah, he didn't like his closest confidant and shit.
No, not yet.
And he like, you know, like, if you read the comics, you know he really can't do it without Alfred. But at this point, it's like, oh, he's trying to do it without Alfred. Alfred just happens to be there.
I think it has more to do with the Bruce.
Yes,
not Alfred. Alfred is still Alfred. Like, he's doing and trying to help him out.
But Bruce ain't accepting.
He's shut off.
Yeah.
He's not really. But you know, they come back.
They built to that. Yeah,
they built to that. And you know, there's some regret there. But Alfred, I believe Sudeikis did a good job in that role. Catwoman, I think, besides Eartha Kitt and Michelle Pfeiffer, that's the best Catwoman I've ever seen. And I would say
includes Halle Berry for obvious reasons.
Right, that was just bad. But I will say, as far as action and like actual acting, no offense, Michelle Pfeiffer, I would say Zoe did a better job at making you care more about the character without making her seem like she went from a weakened state to a stronger state. She was always the same person.
There's more writing.
Yeah. And then in a lot of ways, she's Catwoman, but she's not Catwoman. She's really just, you know, Selena in this movie.
Yeah, she's not out for herself.
Right. Well, she doesn't really have an alter ego yet. But you'll find out when you watch the movie.
It's more of a survival thing for her.
Yeah, but you didn't get like, she's back on. You know, you like to see, you know, when she popped up, she kept the story going. She's a
vital part of the story.
Right. There you go. Colin Farrell's Penguin. I think it was some parts were kind of overshadowed that you would expect from the Penguin character if you read comic books or watch any Batman media. But I think the way they did him was more or less kind of remind me of the Arkham Asylum game where he was more of a serious character.
Yeah.
You know. And
where he's like the gun owner and shit like that.
Yeah, like he's a facilitator of things.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're ever going to touch on. Well, I guess you said there's going to be a series, so they might touch on his origin in this, you know, universe, these Batman universe. So we might get that part. We didn't get that part in this movie, though.
It was kind of implied because, you know, he kind of took over. By default, he takes over the operations.
Yeah. So yes, but you don't figure out how he became the right man. You don't get nothing.
That'll probably be spin off of that.
There's another villain that you find out about later. Well, we're not going to talk about that.
Later on, I'll have my different opinions. But
right. You can say that's kind of
down the line.
Kind of teaser, yeah. Spoiler, you know, whatever.
Right. What do you think about for the future then?
Or future for...
As in sequels or whatever.
I don't think we're talking about the same person. I'm talking about the mob guy.
Oh,
yeah. We're gonna, that's part of the movie. We're not going to get that way.
Talking about Maroni.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really that big of a deal.
No, I would think that's a lot to with the story.
Yeah. But that's still part they pick up.
Because he's a villain that you don't know is a villain until you watch the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Supporting characters, I believe Colin Farrell did a great job being Penguin. Different cast spin on it, but
looked nothing like Colin Farrell.
No, it did. I mean, the makeup superb. They made him look like a version of Penguin.
Yeah.
You know, Colin Farrell's known for being a kind of handsome guy, so
like leading man. Shit like
Colin Farrell's still getting roles, so I'm happy at that point too.
Right.
Big roles. Plot wise, I thought the plot was great. Buddy who played the Riddler, man, did a great job. He almost he had some you know, Heath Ledger as well. He kind of stole the movie. Like you kind of invested in him a little bit.
Yeah, because that happens. That tends to happen back.
Some people kind of like, man, they ain't like the reason why he was doing it. But I kind of digged it though.
I was that person.
I kind of digged it.
The plan was cool. The execution was cool.
Because it made you. Because I like there was a lot of misdirection. First you think like, oh, he's doing it because of that. But it's like, no, it's that reason. I like they throw you some misdirection where it makes you think, and then you find out you're wrong. I like that.
Maybe it was meant to be fading, so you can be like, so you wouldn't So it wouldn't like Killmonger thing when he's right at the end?
I didn't think it was a thin reason. I thought it made a lot of sense.
I mean, for me, it seemed like that.
And I was actually expecting some other stuff to show up that didn't show up. I was like, oh, we're going to see that? But now we didn't see it.
Right.
But it kind of, I mean, if you know Batman, you kind of saw a little overshadowed. It might
There's some foreshadowing in there.
Like, is that, are we going to see a little bit of that? Finally get that in the movie? Maybe.
There we go, yeah.
But no, I mean, I would give that movie like I'd give it like an A. B plus A.
Yeah, I'd give it an
I definitely liked it way more than Batman Begins. Batman Begins, like I said, I mean, it wasn't terrible. The best thing about Batman Begins for me was the fact that the Joker's going to be the next one. And who's going to be the Joker?
As a Nolan diehard, I still like Batman. I ain't got no problem.
I thought the premise was terrible, like the whole ninja thing and all that.
I mean, it makes sense because
the Ra's al Ghul should have been the other Ra's al Ghul. I don't care.
Oh yeah, the misdirection shit.
Yeah, that was stupid to me.
Still better than Iron Man 3 though.
Was that
with the fake manner?
I know that was funny to me. I kind of like it.
I mean, it was cool in Shang-Chi.
It was better than 2.
Well,
Iron Man 2 was terrible.
Oh my god, that was so trash.
So bad.
That was so trash.
It was so bad. But no, I mean, if you like Batman's character and you want something more in the range of like the one-shot Batman, like comics, not necessarily the super. I mean, if you're in love with Ben Affleck's version of Batman, this might not be your thing.
No.
If you want another version of that, but if you like the more or less serious kind of thing, and then like you like the different aspects of the intellectual side of Batman, you'll like this movie.
If you're close to the Nolan Tim Burton side, you'll like this.
The Batman, Robert Pattinson might throw you off and some of the emo stuff, but you gotta understand this is a young Batman. It's not, it's not
still him dealing with the trauma.
Yeah, he's still. And even though in the Nolan version, Batman Begins, he's supposed to be a young Batman, but he always came off as like this guy's like in his 30s. So,
in the movie, he turned 30.
Yeah, so I mean, you never seen that super young guy. You know, Rob Pattinson probably say that he's stupid.
Yeah,
he comes off as like he's just young. But yeah, man, definitely go see it. It's got the Vision Listen stamp approved. Go see it.
Doctor Strange next.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. Recommend it. Moving on. In other good news, Disney Plus acquires all the Marvel Netflix movies. Netflix shows.
Yeah, that actually was a weight off your man's shoulders because I was like, oh man, I didn't want to lose this shit.
Right. So if you don't know, that means
by the way, that dropped this week. So
Luke Cage, Daredevil, which was the first one, and Iron Fist.
The Iron Fist showed apparently only we liked.
Right. So nobody really liked Iron Fist.
And the Punch.
Oh, and the Punch.
Yeah. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., by the way.
Which is not really Netflix, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, because, but that never really considered that.
But now you can watch it. If you never got a chance to. Yeah. That first season was great. I'll say that.
I was in the middle of rewatching it when I took it off.
The first season was great.
I was like in the middle of season 4.
But it got kind of.
Once they start deviating from what they were doing in the movie.
Yeah, it got kind of weird after that. But my thing is, since we're getting Disney Plus is getting all the Netflix, and we already got the Netflix version of Matt Murdock and Spider-Man.
And Kingpin and
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Are we going to see somebody? I mean, the main one I want to get first is it has to be Luke Cage. That's the best Luke Cage we're going to get. Let's go ahead and put him in the Cinematic universe and make him part of it. And maybe give him a little spin-off Disney Plus, a new one or something.
Give him a new season, yeah.
Or we can drag Danny back and we'll put them both together and give him a show. I'll take that too.
Give us Heroes for Hire.
I'll take that. Jessica Jones. I'll take Jessica Jones too. Yeah. I mean, but she got a little side partner. I mean, we don't need another, series for her, which wouldn't be terrible. But I think, watching the last one, they kind of tied everything up.
Yeah, but Kristen Ritter was good in that role.
That first season was dynamite. I loved it. Yeah, that first season was dynamite.
Kilgrave and that shit.
Yeah, that was
great. Yeah, I love that shit.
I binged that real quick.
Yeah, man, this is fucking great.
I watched that all one day.
Yeah, this is fucking great. No. I'll get up in a minute.
Stupendous job.
Yeah.
But I think as far as the story wise, I think the next thing is just her and Luke being together.
Yeah, that's what they lead to.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, Moon Knight starts this week too.
And we got Moon Knight, yeah.
Which one of them gonna show up?
I'll be surprised if one of them do show up.
I mean, at least they'll probably be implied.
I'm thinking if we see anybody in Moon Knight from the
Netflix party, it'll probably be Punisher.
I think Punisher. What would the Punisher be doing?
I have no idea. In his story.
They're in Egypt, right?
Partially in Egypt.
Yeah, it'd be weird to see him just show up there.
Actually, not to mention it.
If the second part's like in New York or something, that's when you kind of like, well, maybe we'll see something.
Not to mention, if part of it's in Egypt, Iron Fist ended with Danny Rand leaving New York, where they can run into each other.
Yeah.
Somewhere on the other side of the world. That makes sense.
Didn't he like come back and Cumberland was destroyed?
That was at the end of the first season.
The first season, okay.
In the second season, he's trying to find the other original Iron Fist.
Okay.
Him and Ward.
See, that's how much I remember.
I rewatched Iron Fist recently. That's how.
Is that right?
Yeah, put it back in my head. So.
Gotcha. But I mean,
I rewatched right before Shang-Chi came out. Just like half of these link up.
See how they gonna try to piece the puzzle together.
Right.
But I mean, that's good news though. So I mean, they're already incorporating characters into the DC universe. I mean, Marvel universe. So hopefully we'll see some more of that going on before these actors get too old.
Right.
Because the main guys are all saying, I'm not doing another movie, so we're gonna.
Other than Chris Hemsworth,
yeah. We don't got a cap anymore, so.
Right.
Let's see what else going on here.
And what about Steve anymore? We still got Captain America. We just don't have Steve.
Right, we don't got Steve, so we don't got Captain
America. Yeah, we got Captain African America.
Let's go jump into some wrestling news.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's also a relief. If you haven't noticed, if you haven't been watching
in the last 24 hours,
the former WWE champion, world champion, Big E, had a bad bump from a belly-to-belly suplex. Overhead, yeah. So you know that they take him over the head like that. Landed on his neck. They had to stop the match and take him back.
They had to change the finish,
yeah.
I think knew they were supposed to win, but Sheamus called him on the fly.
So couldn't find out he did. He posted on his social media from the hospital that yes, he's still okay, but he did. Yeah, he's not paralyzed, but he did break his neck.
He broke 2 bones in his neck,
which is very serious. They didn't say which bones or where.
I actually read it early. He broke the C1 and C6.
So
he don't need surgery.
They got to let it heal.
Yeah. Because there's no spinal damage, no bruising, nothing like that. So
I guess it'd be like almost a perfect break. You want to break your neck.
If there's ever such thing.
Ever such thing as that. You want to break it that way.
Right.
I don't know if that's going to debilitate him in the future, though.
Right.
I don't think it'll be so.
It's like a Kurt Angle thing where it comes back to him. Yeah.
Or how Gung Ho is going to be taking these neck bumps.
Right.
Excuse me.
If anything's probably going to stop him from doing that dive.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be out of his arsenal for a while.
I mean, it's going to take a while to even get where you can take bumps.
Take bumps,
I mean, half of wrestling's whiplash. Even from hitting the ropes, you saw you can hit the rope the wrong way and, fuck your neck up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paige.
Exactly. Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's just weird, stuff like that. The neck is probably the worst place you're going to get injured.
And she was born with scoliosis too, so, that's even worse.
Yeah. So, but it's good to see that he's doing well and he's on the mend.
He's in good spirits.
In fact, he's gonna be on the, he's gonna be on the injury reserve for a while.
WrestleMania. Yeah.
He's gonna miss WrestleMania. It's gonna suck. But I don't know.
And Lewis is hurt too, so that actually.
When does Lewis come back? He's a couple more months, right?
Yeah, he should be soon at least.
Yeah, he should be on his way back.
If not, they just wait.
That was a knee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He should be back pretty soon.
But good for him. It's not because it's. My first thought was it's anything on a dry situation or shit like that.
Yeah.
Or even like a Steve Austin situation where he's like partially paralyzed for a
right. Yeah.
And
hopefully he's not underselling.
Yeah, to keep. But apparently when they were carrying him to the back, he did the thumbs up thing to the crowd seeing.
That's good. But I mean, like I said, people say wrestling's fake.
They know how to fall.
Scripted, man.
They know how you fall on top. How you know how to fall on the head.
I mean, it's an art to it, but it's real. They hit the mat. They hit the mat for real.
And he didn't take the bump on the mat. He took on the floor. So.
Yeah, there's a better way to hit the mat without.
Yeah.
Totally mess yourself up, but it takes its toll. Like these guys are wearing down their bodies every day when they do this.
Yeah. And the advantage of having a neck like being built like that too.
Yeah, it probably helped to save his life.
Yeah.
Man.
Remember when Brock did the Superstar press and miss?
Yeah.
And all he got was concussion?
Walked off, basically.
That's because he's a freak of nature. But having a neck that size doesn't.
Yeah. And all that wrestling training.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, it can get serious, y'all. So, thank God.
I'm pretty sure the dude who did it, the Rich Holland dude, probably feels terrible.
Oh yeah, that
He
has
said
to be bad.
he went straight to the hospital with him and shit.
That could be the worst film he almost hurt or do injure
He injured somebody.
You know, like D'Lo Brown and Drive.
Yeah, he's like he never got over that.
Like, you know, he ended somebody's career.
And he probably thinking like he gonna Pete on him because it's like,
and especially somebody really like Biggie.
yeah, you know, he well like.
And like, he just got in there at WWE, so you don't want that kind of.
You don't want that heat on you.
You don't want to mess up Big E.
Like, you want to say, I ain't working with you.
Yeah, that can hurt you.
And place like that, reputation go far.
But I think in this case, it wasn't something that he did.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah, I mean,
it was like he didn't do the throw like strong enough, and he
maybe
so.
so.
Yeah. So it obviously wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the dude knows what he's doing. It ain't like, you know, he's green and shit.
Right.
So it was an accident. Accidents happen, unfortunately.
It's just part of the business.
Yeah. And thankfully for Biggie, he's like he's gonna be okay.
Show me a wrestler who hasn't got an injury.
Right.
And I'll show you somebody who never wrestled.
Or I saw you see the safest work in the fucking history of the world.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I was gonna say Bret Hart, but he's been injured before. But it was somebody else.
Yeah, Bret Hart never injured anybody.
Yeah. But everybody's hurt.
Yeah.
Everybody gets injured.
Even the Rock got hurt. So.
That's what I mean. Moving on. On the other side of the wrestling spectrum, we have to talk about the.
Speaking of wrestlers with reputations.
Yeah, AEW has finally showcased Jeff Hardy.
Yes.
So he finally came. I mean, he basically making a mystery that he's going to AEW.
Yeah, he already said it a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
I think he tweeted it out.
Yeah, he, on an interview or some shit like that.
And I feel this way. Well, one, I'm glad he's in AEW and doing what he loves. This had nothing to do with AEW. I feel like the WWE really dropped the ball with Jeff Hardy. They should have gave him a real
run.
send off. I mean, not even necessarily a run. I mean, I think he was doing stuff at the end. He was actually bringing other guys up. When you think about it.
Right. Because as much as I don't like Jeff Hardy, I realize how over he is.
Yeah. But I think with the whole thing when they're saying that he was in touch, he ended up he wasn't. I think that really
that was a raw deal.
It was a raw deal. Don't get me wrong. He had to do what he had to. He did what he did to earn that reputation. But the way they handle it,
the image of Victory Road and comfortable right now.
And he has he's a addict.
Yeah,
recovering or whatever.
Recovering or not, but yeah,
you never get over that. I mean, you're always in recovery.
Yeah,
but
every day is another step. Yeah,
I think the way the front office and everybody else handled that was terrible. They should have, without getting, confirmation. They basically buried him before he even got, basically innocent. He was guilty before he even proved, before proven innocent. And I think, I don't know, I think Jeff Hardy's kind of, he has a big heart. I don't think he's, but it has to sting, though. But I don't think he's carrying that on to AEW.
Nah.
I think he's kind of but at the same time, WWE helped me and, how many times they
paid for my rehab.
Send me to rehab. But I really hate the way they handled it. It was really, terrible in my respect.
Plus, he didn't really want to be away from his brother that long. So.
No. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you got both Hardy Boys in AEW. Unfortunately, I don't think either one of them are in their best condition as far as wrestling. They're both banged up. Yeah,
I mean, at this point, having them tags is probably the same thing, but the same thing.
And they got the worst style for somebody who gets older.
Especially
Jeff.
Jeff.
All high flying.
Especially Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him when he showed up and did the Swanton Bomb on the guy.
The Bush. No, Blade, not
Butcher the Blade. Whatever. As soon as he did, he said, "Hold his bag." He's he filled every one of those.
You 40
Swantons now.
You 44, yeah.
But I'm glad he's in there. Hopefully, he'll be able to,
So, because the Hardy
support
Boys,
his family.
They'll always be over. They basically just do a bunch of matches with the replacement Hardy Boys, the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Then the dude just stole his style.
Yeah. So I wonder if they're gonna move to a different kind of facilitation. When you get older, either you step away or you do something in the business.
Yeah, that's kind of creative. So I can see him doing something like that.
I always thought they would open their I know they tried before, but they would try to open another whole federation.
They reopen Omega.
Yeah,
and make Gregory Hill the champion again.
Yeah. Or do something in that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm pretty sure that's talent in North Carolina.
Well, yeah, I mean, good for them. Good to see Jeff and Matt, in the Hot Topic shirts and baggy jeans.
Yeah,
baggy pants.
The Team Extreme again.
The Team Extreme outfits. It was cool, man. It's a lot of nostalgia.
Speaking of AEW, and tag teams.
Uh-huh.
As you know, AEW recently bought Ring of Honor.
Yes.
So as a Ring of Honor fan, I'm cool with that.
I'm happy they did it.
Yeah, I saw that apparently, speaking of Ring of Honor and tag teams, AEW is a little apprehensive about bringing the Briscoe brothers in.
For good reason.
For, some old shit that Jay Briscoe said,
Yeah.
Which even at the time was like, ugh. Even in 2013 when he said it, he was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I like Jay Briscoe, but it was like, ugh.
These are two guys from, was it West Virginia?
Sandy Fork, Delaware.
Virginia area. I mean, dude, it's not me like giving them a pass. Or
No, not at all.
But yeah, I got folks from North Carolina, and like I know rural, that kind of white person. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and
sometimes
that is not a gimmick. That is who they really are.
And sometimes that way of thinking is not necessarily.
It's not as progressive.
It's racist, but it's almost like. I'm saying this because it's more ignorance than anything.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily hate black people, or hate this kind of person, or think the certain way. This is everybody in my family, or this whole part of town, we all think this stupid way.
It's not really from a place of maliciousness.
It's inherited race. It's inherited ignorance.
Yeah. You literally don't know any better.
Yeah, you don't. Or you don't know even how to say it the right way. You're like, well, they're okay.
It'd be like if Archie Bunker was a real person.
Yeah, it's always going to come out stupidly. And
you're going to sound like an idiot.
Don't get me wrong, it's all based in racism because that's where it came from.
That's where it comes from.
It's all rooted in that. But,
or in his case, homophobia.
Yeah. Or any kind of, hate.
Any kind of bigotry, yeah.
Yeah, bigotry. It's all rooted in bigotry, I should say. But, would I like to see them AEW? Yeah, I think
of course.
It would be because they have like 1,000 tag teams in AEW. I think that would actually, we either make it more fucking,
To quote my man Kenny, actually bring an
saturated, but you could, bring.
Shout out to my man Kenny, who's a big Briscoe fan like I am. A real tag team,
Yeah.
And I mean real in like the classic sense of a tag team. Not just guys they put together.
At this point, they're kind of like a, Road Warriors or Dudley Boys. They've been everywhere.
They've been everywhere.
So, this would be like the last, well, not the last time, but the next time.
Yeah. Much like the Hardy Boys. They've done everything, been everywhere.
Yeah, so I can see them doing a run and even getting the titles. I think that'd be a good look.
Yeah.
But, they would have to, stop tweaking. Say stupid shit on.
But to be fair, that did happen in 2013. To be fair, so it's been some time.
And, he didn't really, he said, I'm sorry, but he's like, I kind of still feel that way, though.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry y'all got mad.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but this is how I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Which,
so it didn't really show how contrite he really was.
That's honesty, though, I guess.
Yeah.
But, you are what you are.
Because a lot of the media apologies are bullshit.
They are bullshit. At least he didn't, bullshit about it.
He didn't bullshit his way through it. I commend him for that.
I'm not telling anybody to be happy with it. But,
no, not at all.
But I'd like to see him there, just because of wrestling.
Yeah, them versus the Revival or whatever.
I'll just tell him to stay off of.
Don't tweet.
Just don't tweet about that kind of shit. Yeah. Don't tweet in character, I guess.
Yeah, even though how different is Jay Briscoe and Jay Pugh, the person who.
True that. True.
Yeah, how different are they really?
Just do like get heat.
Yeah.
Get regular, cheap heat.
Yeah.
But
you can get heat without having to offend people.
I was thrown off how people were upset that they are trying to how buying another company is like being like, well, Tony Khan's just trying to be like WWE buying a company. Well, he's a businessman. And he's a wrestler, so why not buy this,
like trying to
this dead in the water wrestling organization?
And like he bought the competition.
Yeah, they come on public access TV.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's
come on CW at midnight.
Yeah, that's gonna be over. I'm pretty sure they're gonna find a new TV spot.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, to be fair.
So my thing is, it's gonna still be Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor just gonna go and just get in.
I think they're gonna have it be like their developmental.
See, that's smart shit.
And that way you can run them as two different lines.
And that would help some of these green guys who's probably got on TV too. So
because think about it, AEW
Dark is like kind of like that, but
but AEW has a really, really saturated roster.
They got a lot of people on
right, especially just for one show a week.
Yeah,
Dark and Elevation are all right.
you forget people are on the roster. Like, oh yeah, they do have him.
He is there. Yeah,
they got a lot of people.
Yeah, and
it's like 100 wrestlers or something like that.
And having Ring of Honor, which still has brand recognition, and you put them somewhere and they have a spot.
At least you get some. You help the young guys. You help people kind of the jerking the curtain guys, and then you put all your your big wigs or big names on the main show.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be cool if all CM Punk was in AEW again, or AEW or ROH again.
Yeah,
but,
just show up, you know.
But it would be
Nostalgia city.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, the Taz's son Hook or whatever, and guys like that, because you know they got the pure division of Ring of Honor. Like you know,
you
like,
can put some of them guys in
you have spaces for people. You know, instead of having a glut of like you know the Elite and Chris Jericho and then Punk and Bryan.
You got too many people.
Yeah.
Kind of like a WCW thing, you know?
Yeah, they have way too many people.
Too many people, not enough shows. Or you still not enough shows people want to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Thunder.
Thunder. It should be pro. Don't forget to watch Saturday night. Nah, I'm busy that day.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I got something to do for that.
I ain't trying to see Brad Armstrong wrestle Scotty Riggs and shit.
Yeah, I'm not ready.
R.I.P. Brad Armstrong, by the way. I think Scotty Riggs is still alive. At least I hope.
Yeah. Moving on to some lighter news. I guess we a little bit of video game news. We found out, you know, there's been a lot of games being announced. You know, knew this, knew that, but the thing that stuck out to me as BigRob until we're old is we're finally going to get a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection of games.
COWABUNGA collection.
COWABUNGA collection.
And I looked it up. It is literally the original game from Nintendo.
The super hard game, the original super hard game
I'm about to be
that
35.
nobody I knew ever beat.
I'm about to be 35. I never beat that game.
I might have to get the collection to try to beat it.
Try to beat it now. We got Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time.
What's the Rock the Sewer game? That one, like the third
Hyperstone Heist.
Hyperstone
Heist, which is kind of like another NES game.
Yeah. And Tournament Fire.
Both Tournament Fires.
Tournament
the
Fire.
terrible one on Genesis, but the great one on the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
Which is people still play that in tournaments. They actually have a modded version I've seen on YouTube that they do on tournaments too now.
I saw that. Yeah.
It's fucking dope.
Dope as shit. Yeah.
They added they took like the crappy DC superhero game and put it together.
Yeah.
It was like Ninja Turtles DC fighting game. So it looks pretty. It's pretty dope.
They should put that in there.
They had add new moves, shit like that, new sprites, which is cool. They have like a couple of even have some of the Game Boy games.
Yeah, which is even better.
Which is kind of cool. Let's see, they had the Turtles in Time, and then the Ninja Turtles arcade game, and then Hyperstone Heist, the original one. I don't know the two Game Boy ones they put in there, but it's like 14 games.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it's gonna be on Switch. So you can, and they also have the Turtle game that's supposed to come out sometime this year, which is kind of like the same kind of beat 'em up style with a fresh coat of paint. It's supposed to come out, and you can be like Splinter and April O'Neil.
Yeah.
So and I think Casey Jones.
Casey Jones in there too.
So I mean, a lot of turtle stuff going on.
Oh, I saw an announcement from Seth Rogen in the Turtle movie.
Oh yeah, we got a new movie in development.
What's I think it's coming out next year.
Seth Rogen writing. So that can be either a good thing or bad thing.
Shout out to Konami for doing this for him.
So I mean, it's lots of good to get into. I mean, if you haven't noticed, they did the PlayStation, what they call it, Play, whatever when they show all the new stuff.
Yeah, like basically that version of E3.
Yeah. So unfortunately, me and BigRob are too old and too busy to actually sit down and play these new games, or even go out there and buy the system because we're actually too poor. Which brings us to our next topic. I want to thank everybody for watching the show, but
yeah, it was a whole. I was trying to hold this.
Hyperstone Heist, Teenage Mutant Turtles, the Genesis. Oh, the other one on Genesis. Okay, that's Hyperstone Heist.
The Manhattan Project.
Manhattan Project. That's what I was thinking about.
Back from the Sewers. That's one.
Back from the Sewers.
The one. Back from the Sewers and Radical Rescue.
Radical Rescue.
Well, those are ones on Game Boy. Yeah. Thank you, Konami, for resurrecting our childhood.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Except for some like one of them Game Gear ones.
Yeah, I think
a couple Game Gear stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
definitely showing our age game.
Like I said, me and BigRob don't have time or anybody's
new system. Yeah.
But we are working on this game, the game channel. So that brings us to the last part of the show. We want to first of all thank everybody who's already donated to the fundraiser. This has I kind of extended it. It wasn't going to be just a February thing.
Oh, I know, so yeah.
But I kind of extended because we're trying to get as much as we can get. While we can get it. If you don't know, we're still working on this laptop that you probably see us working on now, which is okay. It's kind of an older model, it's like at least 15 years old. I think my daughter was like 2 when I got it. One of my daughters, at least. But yeah, we're working on trying to get a newer one, but we want to be able to do our recordings for the show and stuff, and also be able to do like stuff for like the gaming channel where we can like stream and stuff like that. We are currently, if you look at the fundraiser, we are probably it's like $190 something after they take the money off from the fundraiser, so like about a little under $200. I want to get to. First of all, I don't want anybody who's already donated. I don't want you to donate more. Y'all have done enough. I know y'all want to help us, but we want to get like some of these people who are watching the show or want to get interested in the show to kind of like do some stuff too. Like I said, if we can get everybody who hasn't donated, they donate like $5, we'll be in a great situation right now. We got like at least almost 300 people in the group page, and more than that that just watch the show casually. If we can get y'all like just donate, less than $5, anything.
Right.
But anyway, we want to get a system where we can be able to do that, and then also be able to stream games comfortably without having to worry about issues with like the game card and the screen capture stuff like that, where or we can't play like 5-star games because it's not fast enough and stuff like that. But whatever we do get, we will try and make it work to our best ability. And first by being BigRob, our 80s baby, so if we have to, we will like stream retro stuff, which we're gonna do anyway. But you might have to stick.
If we want to see me speed through Mortal Kombat 2,
I mean, more or less, if you want to know what the game page is gonna be, it's basically me and BigRob playing games, just hearing us. Talk. Do
podcast.
It's funny, but just to get the same kind of commentary while we play video games.
Yeah. I got a lot of retro gamer friends too.
Yeah. You invite people on. We got brothers and friends and people who play video games.
If you ever want to see something funny, have Black Snow do the commentary when me and Coach Bitch play like old versions of Madden and shit.
We throwing like old wrestling games, No Mercy or something like
Beat
that.
Your ass.
WrestleMania. But yeah, man. Anyway.
WCW Revenge.
But anyway, y'all, we appreciate y'all being on tuning in today. Like I said, this is that anniversary show. 1 year in the game.
Yeah, 1 year.
We appreciate y'all who's been riding with us, man. We're gonna keep on going. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting the show. Shout out to Modern Manhood.
Shout out to my man Donnell.
Check out it was April 1st. Yeah. They got a thing at Rose State. There's a couple posts on the group page if you want to get involved with that. Shout out to all the past guests and all the new guests going to be on the show. Shout out to Allison for showing us about the one-sheeter thing. Appreciate you. I had no idea.
That was
it. That's about getting guests. You have the one-sheeter. I never even thought about that. We'll try to get you on the show sooner or later.
What's wrong? If you have been hitting me up personally about being on the show, I have seen your messages. We are talking about keeping you on, so don't feel left out.
Like I said, it's been like 3 weeks.
It's been a little while.
Weather and other stuff. But we're going to try to get back to where we're doing it steadily. We are going to get back to it. We're not going to try. We are. But man, thank y'all so much, man. It's a part every time we do the show, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. But it's the weekend, BigRob.
You got to avoid the bookings, beloved.
By all means, man. Thank y'all so much.
You can't be in jail on my birthday. I will not have that.
And we got the birthday show coming up next week. Brian, your birthday is Thursday. So we're going to try to squeeze the show in probably Saturday or Friday?
Yeah, that works.
You gotta see how it goes, but we'll definitely do a show dedicated to the man of 1,000 monikers birthday. We gotta show him God love. You
gotta the birth of the ringleader of the tormentors. You gotta showcase that.
Go to our Gmail and message if you want to be part of the show.
I gotta be honest. It is my birthday, but I do share the birthday with somebody else.
Yeah, it's Coach Mitch's birthday.
It's also my brother's birthday as well.
Dual birthdays.
So if we're lucky, you might come through too.
Double St. Patrick's Day birthdays, everything. I mean, if you got something you want to watch on St. Patrick's Day, next day you have the Edition Listen podcast to listen to.
I'll ask him what he do.
There you go. You can do a double birthday show. But anyway, man, by all means, avoid those bookings. Take care of yourself. Elevate. Hydrate. Be the best version of yourself. All that good stuff. But hey, Edition Listen podcast, we out here. Pleasure Palace on the move. And we gone just like that, y'all. Y'all be good, or y'all gonna be good at it. We out.